All right, so we're at the Urban Community Garden again, and as I shared with y'all this weekend, before I got questioned by the police, what's a excuse my language, nigga doing out here at 6 o'clock in the morning? You know you were supposed to be out last night drinking and partying and getting all kinds of mischief. What you doing out here? Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, I had cleared this entire space right here with my bare hands. All right. Now, some of the plants I left in the ground because I wanted to show you something. And that is, well, first let me say this. I had an argument with, not really an argument, but somewhat of a little minor debate with a horticulturalist. And I was saying that you shouldn't spray your plants with weed killer. You shouldn't spray weed killer because the weed killer has a negative effect on the soil. And if you want healthy plants, you have to have healthy soil. All right. Well, yeah, some of y'all might say, that was too much work looking at all this land right here that I cleared with my bare hands. That's too much work, Daku. They got chemicals for that. Well, if you're really concerned with the health of the planet, of the earth, then you'll do a little physical labor. It ain't that hard. Once you get accustomed to it, it really is not that hard. All right. But this is an example right here of the ground being so fertile that the seeds will plant themselves. The plants will seed themselves, ejaculate, if you will. Sorry to use language that offends people that are afraid of nature, but it's the truth. They're going to release their seed, and the seed is going to blow onto fertile soil, and it's going to reproduce itself. So here on the left hand side, there are some turnips that we didn't plant. Why would we plant turnips in the middle of the walkway? We wouldn't do that. The turnips planted themselves. On the right hand side right here, you see some basil. Again, planted itself. Here's the parent plant. You see all this seed. We told you about this seed last year, and we just never dug this up. Why would we? It's going to plant itself and reproduce itself. So that's the child of this mother plant or father plant. Okay? Now let's come on over here and we're going to see another example. Here we have mint. The mint was in this bed. The seed was hanging over the top, over the side of this bed here. The seed dropped. Now we got mint growing right there. Not that we really want mint taking over, but it is what it is. Now we're going to come over here and show you one more thing before we go. And that is this wild lettuce. We didn't plant this lettuce. The lettuce planted itself. All right, so while we were pulling the weeds up, the other, what you may consider unwanted weeds, because we don't know the purpose of them. So just like anything else, if I don't know what your purpose is, you got to go. That's how humans act. But anyway, this is wild lettuce. It planted itself. So that's why we don't use weed killer in our garden, because you're not just killing the weeds, you're also killing the beneficial plants. All right. I'm not even sure that all weeds or any weeds are bad. I'm not sure that they're bad. We just don't know the purpose of these weeds. Oh, here goes another example. Come over here. More basil. We got lamb's quarters right here growing. And thanks to Dr. Yu, I went on the herb walk, found out that this lamb's quarters is very nutritious. All right, very nutrient dense. And Dr. Yu, if you see this, please correct me. This looks like lamb's quarters to me, but maybe it's not. All right, but we didn't pull it up. We're not going to pull it up until we get word from one of our herbal experts to tell us whether that's lamb's quarters or not. But we have a lot of weeds that grow in this fertile ground. And the weeds don't just grow in the fertile ground. The plants that we actually want, like this basil, like this oregano, okay, like this Thai basil here, like the tomatoes that you see right there, they're going to self-seed and plant themselves if the ground is fertile enough. But if we keep using these chemical weed killers, industrial strength commercial chemical weed killer that kills everything in sight, including the beneficial weeds and soil microorganisms. All right, just wanted to share that with you. I went a little too long on this, but I hope you got some good information out of my babble. This has been Daku. Peace.